The meta has shifted a little bit here post All-Star break, and meaning we're getting our hands more so on 99s and 99s. We've jumped from the mid 90s now all the way to the high end game stuff already. And with all that being said, how do things change in this, and where do we see things going as we progress along this week and next week and all that fun stuff? Before we get into it, I just want to apologize. There wasn't a video the last couple days. I've been battling a cold of some kind. So if I randomly pause the video or I'm muting my mic, it's because I don't want to hear you guys coughing up a lung. But I'm going to try to record 2 videos today, so you have one for today and tomorrow. Tomorrow being Thursday, we're talking about the collection stuff. But I did want to sort of talk about this new meta shift, because I do think that this is important, because it's going to sort of shift how things go and all that fun stuff. So leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything here. And let's get into this and talk about everything that has happened. So just to start things off here, if you don't know kind of what's going on here, Friday being kind of the big day with a lot of stuff, live show, Weekend Classic, ends, I guess, or begins. I have no idea what the hell's going on with that. Gunnar Henderson takeover program, so probably a free 9,900 Gunnar Henderson, and then the 6th inning begins alongside some stuff coming over the weekend with the Legends and Flashback collection also on Sunday alongside Hall of Fame stuff. Now, I don't necessarily know what all this means. I don't even necessarily want to speculate. I don't know much of anything here. Granted, I'm going to put the thought out there into the universe, and the question to me is, at this juncture, is do we get Ichiro? I'm going to say there's a non-zero chance that it happens, but I would say it's basically 0. But I think it's plausible, not 0, but it might be plausible that they do it. I know people say like they wouldn't do that. I'm just going to say, if they're going to make a push or try to do something here, this would be it. Because we know we're going to get a 99 Billy Wagner and a 99 CC. I can see them trying their best to get each year. Again, I doubt it will happen, but I'm just going to say that'd be really cool. But on the flip side, we talked about a new collection, a new flashback collection. I don't think if they do get Ichiro, it won't be Ichiro, because I don't think they're going to do 2 outfielders. I have a feeling this is going to be a pitcher. It really could honestly be Billy Wagner, but I think that based on what they did last year, the new inductees would be getting their own card. I don't know what this card is going to be. My speculation is it would be a pitcher, because it seems like this one's not going to have like the leap in terms of cards. We'll talk more about that tomorrow, but I think it's going to be a pitcher. I just don't know what pitcher it would be. My gut says it's a pitcher, because we've done infielder, outfielder. Pitcher just seems to make the most sense. I just don't know what pitcher. It would be a Hall of Fame pitcher. It could be a 99 Clemens. It could be a 99 Randy. It could be a 99 Pedro. I really don't know. I just assume, well, Pedro's not in the Hall of Fame yet, is he? He might. I don't know. My guess, Hall of Fame pitcher. That's all I think it's going to be. Which one? I couldn't tell you, but that's my bold assertion here. But we're not talking about that today. Today we're talking about what happened here on your screen. So my camera's in the way again. So as you see here from the program, we got 98s, 99s. From the inning program, we got 97s. What I think's going to happen is Friday, I think you're going to see probably 99s going forward from the 6th inning on. They could be 98s, but I think they're just going to be 99s, and we're just going to have 99 bosses going the rest of the way. I think the reason for that is at this point, I don't mind how they power crept it, because now it's just like downhill. Pandora's box open. And I think this is the one thing they did right this year, is you kept Pandora's box closed until midway through July. At this point, I think we're okay with this collectively as a community. It's not like they opened it and closed it, 3 times. They opened it. I think we can live with the 98s and 99s kind of going forward. 97 probably being the lowest. I don't anticipate them dropping them back down. But this is where I would say I'm more in the realm of things here is I want to taking a look at something like Will Smith. If these are 97s with these kinds of numbers, I'm kind of okay with it because they're going to play above their overalls. The high contact, the high power, the high clutch. Look, we're gonna play above our levels here. So this is totally fine. And mind you, he's probably the best catcher in this game right now, and he's 6K. So go wild here. Cody Bellinger, again, 98. His numbers are, I think, will outplay. Jazz, hilariously, home run derby card's pretty good for him, only hitting 3 home runs. Honestly, if you wanted to swap him out for like Ellie, that's fine here too. Chipper Jones, I love his swing. I just have Berkman here because I don't have anyone else I necessarily like in left field. And a lot of it too is just I'm trying to like balance myself a little bit here. But like argumentatively, you're looking at a meta right now where some of the best cards like Freddie Freeman, a really good first baseman, free. Matt Olson, fairly cheap. Juan Soto, free. I think this Odell card's really good free. He's come down in price quite a bit. So we're now, like I said, we're now entering this fun portion of the year where you're gonna see a lot more of like these range cards. Like this card was free. I got Kai Jr. from a pack. I don't know if I'm gonna keep him or not. I might sell him. He's 68K. It's a good amount. But you're playing with we're reaching the point where good cards here are quite honestly becoming easier and easier to get. And this is good. I think good for the game. Part of it too is I was watching somebody else and they were talking about live series and where is this still worth it? I'm going to say at this point, these prices are going to still drop. And if you're seeing them kind of do this, I think they're going to drop. The only thing I'm sort of waiting for is repeatable pack. Like, I guess we're sort of getting to that point where you can start kind of grinding your way to get some of these. Like, Jose Ramirez I could finish the AL at this juncture. If I sold a couple, if I probably cleaned out my binder and sold Junior, I could probably get Jose Ramirez and finish the AL and have Roger Clemens, or not I'm in a pickle because I still need this son of a gun who's 4,000, who's almost 500,000 stubs. But like, I got plenty. I need to clean out my binder is my point. However, I think you're at a point now where it's like, apart from probably Shohei, I think things are more feasible than they have been. Especially if J-Ram kind of continues to fall here. I think Judge may. It's a weird spot to say, but I'm going to say this. I think if you were to hold for a little while, you'd probably be fine. The biggest thing I would say is at this juncture is going to be whether or not how you feel about the new collection. Now, I'm going to go more in depth on this tomorrow, but I'm just going to make the statement here of some of I'm going to say this. The best way to put it is filling your gaps isn't a bad thing with supplemental high reward, low cost. Like you can get Andrew Fisher here for 8K. You can get, where was he? Where is he? Like Seth Hernandez here is 7K. Seth Hernandez is a pretty decent pitcher. He might not have a sinker, but he's pretty decent. I mean, Kyle Cunningham, like there's a lot of value out on the market if you are free to play and you're sort of just whatever on live series. I don't necessarily live series has been the funkiest thing I've seen in years, where it's just not a lot of holding. There's not a lot to hold, and granted, I would say kind of at this point, there's plenty here where I would say if you were to say kind of pull back a little bit and wait, you might be okay. But again, I assume the bottom's starting to fall out here sooner rather than later. So if you are kind of waiting, yeah, good on you. But I would say start knocking it out if you do want it. Like make it more of a forefront thing than a back front thing. Cause now I assume apart from Sunday, prices of most cars are going to stay where they are. I don't anticipate, truthfully, I'm going to summarize tomorrow's video when I go more in depth. I don't anticipate these collections here spiking as much as people think. I don't know if people are going to be jumping at the gun here to get like Cal Raleigh. And the reason why I say that is, yeah, he's great offensively and all that stuff. But the main thing I'm curious about here is in terms of collection, because are they going to say because Byron 60, these are all in the 60s. Are they going to value this collection specifically over, I don't know, the draft one where it's like most of these cards are fairly cheap to get and you get a lot of them by just grinding, which is probably why the price is so low. Same thing with the All-Star Game cards. Like most of these cards here, we're talking about like free, like cards to use. Where are you? Where is he? Like Bobby Witt here. Bobby Witt's still fairly expensive at 21, but he's a damn good card. I don't necessarily anticipate him jumping up in price. But like some of these cards here, like they're fairly well priced, I think. So I invest wisely, I guess. But yeah, most of these cards are just going to be free or program related. So it's not exactly like you're grasping at straws for things. Like they're going to be there for the most part. But sort of switching the gear back here to the meta. The meta here at this juncture is probably going to be around this center, not necessarily centered around pipeline or one thing in particular, but I think it's going to be centered around value above the overall. So I'm not going to tell, like I said, I'm not one to tell anyone how to play the game, but I was to say this, I think mind over everything else at this point kind of plays, because like, if you're like me, like pipelines past stuff, if you're kind of thinking, oh, forefront, gosh, forefront hasn't come down in price. Vladdy hasn't come down in price. And I refuse to pay for Xander if I can't, because it'd be 23 or whatever. Whatever one I'm missing. 23, 24, and then one of them. Like, I'm hard pressed to save and spend on it when he's a 93 at this point. Same thing collectively kind of here. It's a lot. And at this point, I would say just focus on things going forward. But again, we're talking about, the meta shift that we all kind of figured would happen. The only question I have, and this is sort of what started this mindset for me of this video, was, not that. Oh no, it's flashbacks and legends. It's fine. My original thought was these right here. This is what started my whole... Oh, I got Ted Williams voucher. Nice. This was my whole crux. What about these guys? Are we going to see them top out at 95? I hope not. I like the Tops Now stuff. I think they're cool. But the thing is, I remember a few years ago, people were upset because of some 99s that were given out. I could care less. I think these cards should be fun. And I will be saddened if they're not 96s, because they've been if they cap out here at 95, I think it's just sad, personally, but I understand to a certain degree. However, these to me are like the litmus test of where things are. And we've had a lot of 95s lately. Now, if they want to keep them down, I guess that makes sense, but still, it just feels odd to me personally. That they would be hand tied a smidge, especially when, where is it? Where are we? They're what, monthly? I hate this stuff. I'd stand out that spotlight close to what? Oh, my sweet baby Jesus. I can just go to them. It's fine. The monthly, like this stuff, like they're going to be 98s. I assume a 99 is going to be dropped here. If not at month's end, tomorrow on Friday. But I just want to point that out, that these cards are sort of reaching that pinnacle pinch too. Why not have everything? Because, I mean, truth be told, if we're keeping it $110, 97 Juan Soto followed by a 98 Cody Bellinger. Hey, champ, we're going to be seeing a 98, 99 here soon. And there's going to be another 99 in this Lightning Retro thing. And if you want to keep up with it, good luck on you. The only reason I got good old Bobby here is because all these cards dropped in price. Like, a lot. But I just wanted to point that out. That was really the crux of the video, was just all that and sort of the meta shift. I kind of rambled. Blame it on the sick brain, but I just want to throw it out there that what started as tops down, just saying like, hey, we moved on. We're at the end game now for hopefully the rest of the year. I'm probably going to be wrong come Friday, and everything's going to explode in my face. However, there is all that. I think now we're going to be the sweet spot. Dog days of summer are coming, so we'll kind of see what happens. I sort of wish they slowed down the collections, but that's neither here nor there. But we'll see what happens. Let me know down below what you think is going to happen as we go along here. Leave a like, all that fun stuff. My name is Specs, and I will see you guys all in the next one.